welcome to Morning Talk on Channel 11 wherever you are this morning. As you can see, we're sharing the garden with you again today, and I know that you enjoy it as much as we do. In this morning's program, Valerie will of course introduce two guests to you, and I'm very pleased that I'm going to have the opportunity to say thank you to a special person. Valerie's here and she'll introduce her first guest to you.
Thank you, Jay, and good morning. Well, I suppose all of us wonder how effective is our brain? How much can we actually retain in our minds? And we're probably jealous of those people that have photographic memories, or do they have photographic memories? There is a new concept in controlling the brain, or expanding the thinking of the brain, or the capacity of the brain. And to talk more about that, I'm delighted to welcome to the program this morning Tanya Phonanan, who is the chairman of Bright Thai Youth with Mind Map program.
Yes.
Good morning and welcome, Tanya.
Good morning, Mrs. Mckenzie.
Can I ask you, your program is Bright Thai Youth with Mind Map program.
Yes, it is.
What your concept is to try and get the youth of Thailand to more think about expanding their brain power.
Yes, I think that we are in the wake of the brain century. I think last century we concentrate on literacy. But I think the next century we will go to the mental literacy, which is people should learn how to learn or learn how to use their brain more efficiency. It is, that's a research saying that we only use only 1% of the brain capacity, you know.
I read that yesterday evening when I was going through all the research papers, and I couldn't believe it. What you're saying is, in fact, all of us only use 1%.
Yes, quite true. Yeah. Only 1% of your brain. So if you look in a direction, you know, you see you have 99% unused, you see, and you said you are too old, you forget things. That is not true, you know. It depends on how you learn to use your brain properly.
So it's actually the utilization of your brain.
Right, all the cells that you have in your brain.
Right. Now, you've brought something to us. In fact, this is something that your father wrote, something like, I think, 50 years ago, you said. Right. And what you're indicating is it's not natural for the brain to write in this linear style. Is that what you're saying? Right.
This is a very traditional way of note-taking. It starts from, I think, my father, and I also do the same thing. And I have twin daughters, and they was trained to do that. But amazing thing happened when you change the way you take note. The new technique is originated by Tony Busan. He's the British scholar. And by using color, using photo image, and by using branch like a tree branch, it will activate your brain more. And
right.
you can remember more. Your note can be more exciting to read. If you take the old note, you open up, it's one color, it's linear, and your brain say boring and then shut off. But if you flip to the new kind of note taking, it's colorful, it's full of pictures. It already reminds you to what you have been learning. You know, this is amazing way of learning things.
So what you're saying is that you start in the middle of the page and you do a sketch,
right? And
then you come out to
either
like
side. A branch of the tree, or like your brain cell. You have nucleus and you have the dendrites and all that. You know.
I mean, when you're talking about it, it's perfectly logical. It's amazing that somebody hasn't actually developed this program before.
Right.
Now,
the amazing thing is that, you know, the human being have been, just this past 10 years, we learn more about our brain than, you know, 500 years ago. And no one, or only few people care to make use in this kind of information to help us to understand, to learn.
Right. Now, it was a gentleman by the name of Tony Busan.
Right.
Who actually developed this concept.
Right.
And is still developing the process.
Right.
And he wrote a book some time ago called Get Ahead. My understanding is you've now translated that into Thai.
Yes, Get Ahead was actually it's a cooperation between Tony Busan and Van der North. The first book Tony Busan wrote and then published 25 years ago and became bestseller is the book called Use Your Head.
Right.
This was published by the BBC some 25 years ago, and
that long ago.
Yes, and the book has been sold all over the world. You know, 101 million copies, translated into 20 languages.
And you're actually translating currently for the book to go into Thai.
Right,
It's quite a hard, long process, huh?
Oh yes, because the wording is very difficult to the concept word is very difficult to translate.
So the concept isn't new. It's been around for 25 years.
Yes.
But we haven't actually taken that on board. We haven't actually developed it the way we should have. So there's still a lot of development to be done in Thailand.
Yes, that's why I organize this kind of program, the Brighten the Thai Youth with My Map, because I can see that if the school, the kid, learn how to learn and make learning exciting, learn can be fun, and they will love the school, love the textbook, and love to get more knowledge to enrich the knowledge.
Tanya, you talk about the youth.
Yes.
And I assume from youth you're talking about the very young to the teenagers.
Right.
Is that the target market that you're trying to educate so that you can really develop them so they get the benefits from their study?
At the moment, yes. But actually, the mind map is for all of us. Those who have brain can be making.
So none of us are too old.
No.
If we have a brain,
yes,
we can actually still use this process to expand our learning and retain information. Is that what you're saying?
Right, and it's not only for learning, but it can help you in creativity. If you want to write a book or write a project, the mind map can help you expand all the information you have and came out in one piece of paper. It's amazing. And the other thing that I found my map is very useful is you can see the whole thing, the whole idea in one page. In the past, if you listen to the lecture, you write down in linear, it takes you 3 to 5 pages. But you can just see the connection between the articles or the topic.
And it's words and it's boring.
Right. But in my map, you can see the whole thing right down in your one page, and then so that.
What reaction are you getting from youth at the moment? You've got courses obviously being run.
Well, actually, the first victim or the first two person who to get my map training in Thailand is my daughter.
Your twin daughters?
Yes.
How old are they?
At that time, they were 14, yes. And they are a bit better than average. They got around, their grade is about 3.1, 3.2. But once they got the my map technique, last year, both of them are top of their classes. And this year, just the last term, one of the twins got 3.97 and the other one got 3.91 average grade.
So it's really changed their life dramatically, and it's probably made their learning more exciting, not as boring.
Right. And they are not, I would say they are not brighter than the other. They are just average brain. We have all the average brain, but they know how to utilize their brain. You see.
They know how to use it.
And they know how to make the learning is fun.
Right.
This is very
and
important.
This is the man that developed this 25 years ago on the left of your screen, Tony
Busan, yes.
And you're with him in Singapore recently.
Right.
So really anybody who has a brain can actually come and take the classes with you?
Yes, but the design of the class be some different. For the kid, it can be like games and all that. But for the grow up, I will gear the class into more business-like.
Right.
How you can apply to business, how you can apply to your day-to-day life.
And just my final question, how long does it take to actually change your brain from what it's been taught to an easier lifestyle and more retention?
Yes, so the technique is quite easy. There are only about 12 rules. So to learn the technique, I would say it takes not longer than 3 hours.
Very quick.
Yeah, but to practice, it takes you about 2 weeks.
Still very quick for what you can gain at the end.
Right.
Well, Tanya, thank you for joining us on the program this morning.
Right.
And for those of you watching the program, these books are available through bookstores, and it's interesting to know that we are, and we have since young days, learnt the wrong way in linear form, that we should be working with our brain and developing it even further, and your twin girls certainly are an example of what can be done. Thank you, Tanya, for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much.
After this short break, we'll pass back to Jaye.